Right, Disney Pixar's Inside Out 2. This is a movie that when this one was announced, that I didn't think we needed a sequel to this one. Just because when they announced it, I was like, really? You're doing a sequel to Inside Out? But then the more I processed the announcement, I was like, you know what? We do need a sequel to Inside Out. The first one came out 9 years ago, back in 2015. I really enjoyed that movie. That was a movie that I was very happy that Pixar made because that's a movie that I relate to so much that a lot of people relate to because of the emotions. So the concept of Inside Out worked very, very well for me. I really love these characters, right? I really love joy. I really love anger, disgust, fear, and sadness. And just the concept in general worked so well. So when they announced the sequel 9 years later, it came out 9 years later, I I was like, you know what, fine. I wouldn't mind a sequel. And so watching this one, I'm very happy that there was a sequel to Inside Out, right? The emotions come back, joy's back, sadness is back, disgust, fear, anger, they're all back, but they're joined by new emotions, right? She's joined by envy, ennui, and embarrassment and anxiety. Four new emotions. And this is such a relatable story, a relatable movie that I have experienced, that we all have experienced, right? We all experienced embarrassment. We all have experienced sadness. We all experienced joy, and we all have experienced anger, um, right? Um, Fear, disgust. We all experience that. And I'm very happy that Pixar decided to make a movie that I relate to, that we all relate to. And I think that's a movie that they should make. There should always be a movie where you relate to something, and this is the movie that Pixar made that I relate to. Um, I'm gonna tell the premise about this movie, and what do I think about this movie. Premise: when Riley is taken to hockey camp, she finds out that Brianna, Young, and Hayes are going to a different high school. Things are for Riley become more stressful when she gains four new emotions that come to her headquarters: envy, ennui, embarrassment, and anxiety, which is the leader. Right? Like I said, um, Riley is I don't know if I could, but anyways, I don't know why I frozen her name. Riley is now a freshman in high school, right? She's all grown up. I never really like that they made her growing up now. You know what I mean? Uh, I I really like that what she's going through. You know what I mean? You see, this is a movie where you see what person goes through, and like through these emotions, and it works very, very well. You know what I mean? We all have experienced anxiety. Anxiety was a great emotion that they went with. We have all experienced embarrassment. We all experienced um, uh, uh, envy, right? We all experience all this stuff. And uh, and so seeing that through a person that's going through it and watching that movie, it's like, oh, shoot, I through that too. So that's why you feel like it's a connection where you went with that one, with what they're going through. You went with that, you went through that. Now you see this person going through, you see connections that you have with this. And I really enjoyed that they did that. Um, it was so cool seeing the whole gang back together because I really liked the anger character. I really liked the disgust character, the fear character, the joy, anger, disgust, the sadness character, and them interacting with these new emotions. I thought that was very, very neat for them to do. Um, this is a very great story um, that they told about an older Riley. You know what I mean? And in the first one, you see Riley going through all these emotions. Her parents do not even know what's going on with her because of all these emotions. Now that she's older, she's going through more emotions now. She's going through a lot more things now. She's going through puberty. She's going older. She's going through all of that. So her everything's changing with her. She's going through that. Her parents have to know that she's getting older. They have to deal with her doing all these changes, right? And I went through all that. We all went through all these changes and emotions when we got older, right? And I thought that worked very, very well. Um, and you know what I mean? Like I said, she started high school now. She's 13 years old now, right? She's getting older. This was a movie that I appreciate that we got this movie because at the beginning of this video, I said I didn't think that we needed a sequel to Inside Out. But the more I thought about the sequel, what the sequel was about, I appreciate that we got more Inside Out. I think this is going to be a huge win for Pixar. I think this is going to be a huge win for them. Um, a lot of people are going to enjoy this movie. People who enjoyed the first Inside are going to enjoy the sequel very, very well. This is going to come back at the box office. I know Pixar has not been doing great, right? We all know that. Pixar has been struggling, right? All their movies have been straight to Disney Plus. They thought that Lightyear was going to be a huge hit, and Lightyear underperformed, and which was a huge hit for me, even though they considered it a failure, was Elemental. It took me by surprise, right? If you guys want to see my review for Elemental, my review on Elemental, you go find it so you can watch my review for Elemental. I really enjoyed that movie with Wade and Ember, right? Two elements that want to be together but they can't because one's fire, one's water. Very great story, emotional story, right? And so them going back to Inside Out, I'm very happy that we got another Inside Out. Very happy we got this sequel. Very much needed. Like I said, it's a very relatable sequel, very relatable movie in general. So you see the struggles that Riley gets through. She's older, like I said. She's going. She's going through all this. We all relate to that, and I really enjoyed the emotions that they chose for this sequel, and the story that they took the sequel. I'm hoping that there's a third one. I could guarantee you that this one's gonna be a huge success. I think people were waiting on this sequel, whether you wanted it or not. I know people wanted a sequel to this. People have been begging for a sequel to Inside Out. So people are gonna rush out to go watch it. And I'm hoping that there's a third Inside Out. And if there's a third Inside Out, I hope that they go through an adult Riley. I hope we get to see Riley as an adult. What emotions does she go through now as an adult, right? Because we all have emotions, where we're kids, teenagers, adults. Every person has emotions. So I'm sure that there's some new emotions that could come up with as an adult Riley. I'm hoping that there's a third one. This is a franchise that wants to continue. This is a franchise I really, really enjoyed. I didn't think that this one could be a franchise, but I'm glad that it became a franchise. You know what I mean? I made a video talking about a potential reboot or remake of Incredibles and Nemo, which I hope that does not happen, right? I hope we get third Nemo. I hope we get sequel to Incredibles. I hope that they make sequels to those. You know what I mean? I hope that there's a sequel to Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. is a sequel that I really, really like. You know what I mean? I love Monsters Inc. I love Monsters University. I want to see a third Monsters Inc. I know they made Monsters at Work, which is a sequel series. I don't consider that a sequel series at all. I don't like that show. That show was a bit disappointment for me. Even though season 2 was a bit step up, I still did not enjoy season 2. I want a proper sequel to Monsters Inc. They did talk about potentially considering making another Monsters Inc. Right? Hoping that they do that. You know, they talked about them apparently making a potential Monsters Incredibles 3, right? And right. So those are sequels that I wish Pixar makes. Now it does look like they're going back to sequels. I know they did say that they're not going to make a sequel if they're not going to make it just because. I understand that, but I think we need another Incredibles, and I think we need another Monsters Inc. Uh, but yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Inside Out 2. What you guys think about this review. Make sure to leave a thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. This was a movie that I went through. Leave a thumbs, subscribe, guys, like, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.